We're there.
Okay, folks, mushroom rhyolite today. Me and my choya friends. Choya is a cactus. So as far as rhyolite works, I'm just scouring the ground here, looking for the orbs of it, and seeing if I can get a good pattern inside the orb. This is mushroom rhyolite. As I walk around in here, I see lots of, agate geodes and stuff that I'm going to leave behind because I'm looking for something with a great pattern. Not quite it. I want a nice orb looking pattern. But there's all kinds of chalcedony up here. Alright, there's another piece of chalcedony, probably fixed to that rock, but you can see it right here. There's a good mushroom rhyolite pattern right in here. Rhyolite is a fine silica type of lava flow, very similar to basalt, but it's harder when it cools. It's more viscous, which means it's more molassesy. It cools as soon as it hits the Earth's surface, hard enough to cut into cabs and make jewelry out of. One reason why there's lots of nodules and pockets with crystal in this stuff is because of how thick the slurry, or I guess the concentration of the stone is when it's molten, and it's able to trap air more easily, which creates air pockets, which later on fill with siliceous solution and form your crystals or agate. Pumice is formed from rhyolite. That's a very frothy surface on top. And to give you a good idea of what our mushroom rhyolite looks like with the pockets, you can see all these pockets were air bubbles, gas bubbles actually, not air, gas trapped inside as it cooled. So as a stone cutter, I'm looking for patterns that are going to be appealing once cut and polished. Usually more color differentiation than this would be great. Here's a piece of chalcedony and behind it. Here's some of the orbs that you can see as the rhyolite pushed upwards. More gas pockets. Here we have a bit of the mushroom effect surrounding out from the center, but it's not as good as we want. So as a rock hound, I can identify a lot of things on the surface, like the weathering happening on here where it's darker and it's weather stained, iron stained, stuff like that. And why I want to show you this is because I can find areas like this where all the boulders have very clean cleaved areas, which means they're freshly broken, and the concentration, the amount of them right here, all these that are freshly broken, tell me that another rockhound was here and they started bashing the boulders apart in this area. Another thing when I'm, again, just cool agates in the area. So another thing that I'm looking for as I pick up the orbs, I'm feeling for weight, right? So if I find an orb, because the heavier it is, the denser, the more likely it's agate filled, which will create a better capstone. If it's too light, that means the gas pockets didn't fill in properly. So here I have another bulb, and this one's got the weight I need So if I saw this open, I'm going to have a cool pattern inside. So this one I will keep. This will have a cool pattern. The weathering has brought it out a bit, but I can see it in there. Once I clean that up and take the weathering off, that's going to be a unique, nice bullseye pattern. Here's the landscape. Oh, yeah, that's a nice one, eh?
Yes, it is. Lots of character.
Yeah.
Yep. I can maybe take it and put it in the yard at the house.
Hey there, little rock hounding buddy. Hey. Don't jump. Oh, look at you. There you go. I found a lizard.
Gecko.
Yeah. He's skittish. Here's a prime example of why it's called mushroom rhyolite. Here's the road in. This is the hillside. It's all up on here. You'll find it everywhere. There's where we parked. You'll see a gate. I'll focus on that in just a moment. But as far as the hill goes, the top crest of the hill here is, right as you start going over the top. I've got all the cool stuff on the top and as well down here. So I think this end was not as interesting, but over here started to get interesting. I did not search over there. I've heard that on a hill farther over here, that you can't see, there's a lot of chalcedony, and there might be stuff up there. That's the hill I was talking about with the chalcedony. That's one that was not explored. Here's where we parked, and this is the side of the hill where I said it's not as good, but it gets better over here and up on top. And the road in is actually pretty rough, so you will need a high clearance vehicle.